Hi.
Hi.
It's Renee and Kent back again.
Okay. I have a question for you. What is the purpose of life?
Well, I think this is a burning question on everybody's mind, and our mentors, the ancients, have told us that the purpose of life is to raise the essence of who we are to higher levels of intelligent consciousness. And through that, we're raising the vibration.
Well, when we do this, when we learn, we raise our character along with our vibration. And when you raise your character, you raise your self-worth.
That's right.
Which we've talked about several times.
So our worth, when they talk about self-worth, it has to do with our level of understanding. And so if we don't have much understanding, we don't have much self-worth. As we raise our level of understanding, our self-worth raises with it.
Well, tell me a little bit about the life force energy.
Life force energy is released by the Creator and the light beings, and it permeates all of creation, giving life to everything.
Well, when we tap into this energy, what usually happens?
We're not actually tapping into life force energy when we talk about going to higher levels of consciousness. Life force energy gives life to all things. But what we're talking about is the light, which is the informational energy that travels on a network. And we can tap into that network and gain information for higher levels of understanding.
So when we do this, see if I have this correct, when we do this, we raise our consciousness that we possess. We also raise our vibration and the vibrational essence of who we are, the matter, the organic matter of what makes us up.
That's correct.
Well, that's interesting. Well, give me an example.
Well, if we are presented with an event in our lives that leaves us very confused, and say we go into meditation and we ask our spiritual guides to help us with the understanding of that event, and just stay quiet within ourselves. When we come to an answer or a further understanding of that event, that understanding creates a parameter for an attunement to a higher vibration that equals that level of understanding. And so as we do that, our physical bodies are also attuned to that higher vibration.
So you can say the Creator is actually the supercomputer of all that is. It contains all the knowledge, all the understanding. And then the light beings themselves is actually the motherboard. And tell me how this really kind of works. How the supercomputer, which is the computer itself, and the motherboard, which controls all the energy to the existing parts. How does that work?
Well, this is an analogy. If you think of the Creator as being a supercomputer that is self-generating in its own energy, and it releases the energy that contains an intense, extreme amount of intelligent knowledge to the light beings. The light beings being the motherboard, only it works in reverse. So instead of a motherboard for a regular computer that we use that feeds energy to the various parts of the computer and connects all the communication between those parts of the computer, it works in reverse, diverting that energy outward to source, which is the communication tool of the Creator.
The source is the cable then.
Yeah, if you want to think of it that way. It's an energy stream that contains a very high-level intellectual information, and that is released to the higher beings. those higher beings can access source. They take that high, intense, intellectual energy, they translate it, they diffuse it, and then they pass it on onto the neural net for other beings who have a lower level of understanding.
So the higher intelligent beings, such as our ancients, which teaches us, and our professors, they receive and then they interpret the information that's received from the source.
That's correct.
Okay, and then they simplify it as much as they can.
That's right.
So we can understand it at our own low level of understanding.
Yes.
Okay, so the intelligent energy release starts off at a super intense level of energy, correct?
That's correct.
And then it goes through these different entities.
They act like transponders.
Oh, okay.
And substations and transformers.
Well, it would be act like our energy grid, where you have the power plant itself creating the energy,
right?
And then it's sent to the substation.
Yes.
And then it's downsized to the transformers on the poles outside your home. And
each
then
time
it goes to your home.
That's right. And each time it's diffused, the energy is diffused and simplified to lower and lower levels of understanding.
Mm-hmm. So, because if we took it right from the power plant, such as the power plant or the supercomputer, it would probably burn us out. It would be putting your computer into the wall in a 220 outlet, and you know what that'll do to most computers.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
and we wouldn't understand the information because it's at such a high intellectual level, we wouldn't get it. We would just completely misinterpret it if we could interpret any of it.
So then what is our job?
So our job is to be part of the creative process, to be able to assimilate into the plan of creation, is to tap into that energy source that is available at our level through the neural net, and to gain a higher level of understanding, raising our own vibration, raising our essence spiritually, organically, our physical bodies, our mass, and in that we are emulating all of creation, or the creation of the Creator.
Yeah, so when I say how, it's like I've been talking about this for years. We have to go within. All information that we can discern with understanding is from within. If you don't know how to go within, you have to learn. Going to someone else for the information that you are trying to ascertain will not work. You have to go within to gain the knowledge of what you need to know. And that could take, in the course of meditation, listening to the inner self, what it says, and following its guidance. Now, discernment is an important aspect of this. You have to discern the information and break it down into what might be correct, what should be correct, and what is incorrect. You can use your own judgment on that, your own intelligence.
And I think that would do it for this segment.
Okay.
So, Happy New Year.
And we'll see you soon.
All right. Take care.